doing a quick test here, making sure that everything is good in the hood. Yep, we're live on Facebook. Should be live on YouTube. Let's find out in a moment. Yep, we're live. All right, perfect. All right, Horn, want to start us off?
Yeah, well, good afternoon. It's another edition of Lou and the Horn in the morning and sometimes at night.
Yes, sir. And we are coming at you live with our faces. So that's a different take on things here. What are we doing today, Horn?
Well, it's tourney time, so we're doing our own bracket, but not for basketball.
Nope. It's our version of March Madness. We're going to do the strongest characters in sci-fi, Marvel, DC, anime, just 16 people that stood out to us. Doesn't mean, this is just our opinions on things.
This is just one bracket.
Right.
Because we do 64, we're going to be here for a long
We're
time.
going to be here for a very long time. And I don't think, we can handle that emotionally. I can't. I don't think I can handle it.
Well, no, because I'm sure you'd get chair shots or power bombed at some point throughout the process. So,
Right.
yeah, it's safer for everyone.
So, basically, what we have here is we have Dr. Manhattan versus Goku, Hulk versus Sentry/Void, Hyperion versus Superman, Homelander versus Blue Marvel. Then we have in the bracket to the right, Black Adam versus Avatar Aang, One Punch Man versus He-Man, Franklin Richards versus Darkseid, or Darkseid, whatever one you would prefer, and Alucard/Dracula versus the Viltrumites, or, Omni-Man, Invincible. Give your take on them. They all basically have the same power. It's just more or less of whom you prefer to, be about that life. I don't know. I couldn't decide on which one we, between Omni-Man, Mark currently in the series, stuff like that. So I couldn't put a finger on whom I prefer in that essence there. But so me and the Horn were discussing before we went live who we would see winning, and we just wanted your guys' opinions too. So if you're in the comment section, don't be afraid to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Right now we're on.
Or fill out your own bracket.
Yeah, fill out your own bracket. Let us know whom, if there's people out there that you prefer to have on your list. But right now, this is our list. We're...
Let's get right into the head-to-head matchups.
Yeah, exactly.
So, well, I think we should start with Dr. Manhattan and Goku.
Dr. Manhattan versus Goku.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And we were just discussing that before we went live here and everything, how who you prefer and everything. I am sad to admit that maybe Goku wouldn't be, up to the challenge of Dr. Manhattan, but that's probably the case there.
I know maybe the Watchmen is maybe a generational thing, and a lot of people under 30 maybe not have either seen the movie or read the graphic novel, but do understand Dr. Manhattan would just basically disintegrate Goku. I hate to say it, it's just not. This is a bad first round matchup for Goku, unfortunately.
He's not even going to give him a chance to power up. He's just
he doesn't even get the sand. He just basically becomes vapor.
Yeah, immediately. Like
it's not fair.
It is not fair.
If you've never watched the movie, go back and watch it. Very, very definitely worth the time. So, or the series on Max too. That was actually pretty solid.
So we're putting Dr. Man. I'm gonna put it for short for our first winner here. Mm-hmm. So that's just our opinions on that. So Dr. Manhattan versus Goku. We see Goku getting stomped out. So which directions you want to go with? Do you want to go with the Black
Oh,
Adam?
I feel we should go in order with the higher seeds, you know,
Okay.
and then work our way around here. So, yeah, we'll look at the Black Adam Aang
Versus Aang.
matchup here.
All right. So this is gonna probably step on some toes here a little bit, but we were both discussing that we believe that Aang would stomp out like adult Aang or like Aang in general.
I think Aang in general, because again, if we're talking about this being like some type of like the Contest of Champions or Battle Realm type deal, like Aang's using his powers and not necessarily being held back by his virtues.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like, there's so many ways I feel like dude's, you know what I mean? Dude's the airbender. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Oh wow, yeah, you're flying. Boom, into a wall. Oh wow, you're flying. Oh, now you can't breathe.
Right.
Or oh wow, you're flying. Now I'm going to make you go up into the atmosphere where you can't breathe. Or,
Right.
or whatever the case may be. Like he'd be able to disrupt his flight paths. You know what I mean? So would he even get close enough to him to be able to hurt him? And even then, like, there's so many other things Aang can do, and he's the Avatar.
He is the Avatar. You know?
I really don't think that we need to go much further than that.
Goes-
Anybody that's watched in the Last Airbender knows.
Right. He goes right into Avatar state and is.
Yeah, have a nice. Thank you for coming down.
All right. So
The arrow glows.
Right.
You know.
it's done.
Yeah.
So we got Aang. All right. So we're going left to right on this.
Well, I think we would go to the 3 matchup next, right? So that would bring us to Franklin and Darkseid.
Franklin and Darkseid.
Dark side, DC. Either way, he's getting planted like a seed. This is Franklin Richards we're talking about here. I'm sorry for you. I know people liked him from the Justice League movie or whatever the case may be. I don't even think that like he would live long enough for there to be smoke with Mr. Richards' kid. Like like we were just looking this up before we got on live.
Right.
Like, he only uses his powers once a year so he can have a normal childhood. Like, what type of omnipotent dude you gotta be that you voluntarily make a choice like, look, you only got this once a year, Dad. So, like, in case of emergency, break glass. Because, like, I'm going to the prom. I'm going to my baseball game. Like, yeah, World Threat. I told you, don't waste it in January.
Right.
Here we are, late March, and you want me to come help you out. Go get Herbie. I told you. Valerie ain't doing nothing.
No, she can't outthink this.
No.
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 All right. So yeah, no, I have to agree. Franklin Richards. Darkseid's scary. He's got brute force. He's got the Omega beam. Stuff like that. But Richards can probably just turn that into bubbles.
Pocket universe.
Pocket universe.
While he was dreaming.
Right. See, this is what is going to be difficult with people like Franklin, versus some of these other folks, because he's just so fucking strong.
Well, I feel like this is like, all right, so you have like your Duke and your like Kentuckys and your UCLAs and all those other really great UConn. They've been really good for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's I feel like that's what Franklin and Manhattan are. I feel like that's going to be our final.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, no offense to the other guys on the bracket here, but I feel like that's where this is going to end. We'll see how we argue this thing out, but
Right.
I mean,
because
barring an upset,
let's
that's we're going chalk there.
let's look at like Superman, for example, man who can punch through realities, like he's like punching that hard. Like
Right.
he once smoked Dr. Manhattan in the DC universe.
Okay.
So like he in the
Cool.
comic line, he was able to I'm not jumping the gun and saying like Superman's gonna win in that thing. I'll get like once we're crossing that bridge we will arrive to it, but he is able, like, that's why I feel like it would be like a fair fight whenever between him and Franklin to an extent, just because of plot armor and like the writers and everything at that time. But it's still going to be a difficult fight to determine.
Let me stop you there.
Okay.
All right, why is Superman holding the arms
Are we
of Batman, Robin, and another dude from the Justice League to get people off a river? You Superman, fly over, you lazy ass,
Right.
and you think that he can beat Franklin? Stop.
I don't think you can
Stop.
I don't know yet. I
don't know either.
I don't know yet. We're not there.
I'm
I
just
can't-
throwing Clark Kent shade.
Yeah, I know, but like if we're looking at like either like Superman Prime or Superboy Prime, if we're looking even to that, like say that we're looking at the Kryptonians in general, just like we're looking at the Viltrumites.
Okay.
If we're able to,
Well,
like,
let's get through the rest of the bracket
right,
because
all
I mean, I think that's arguments that we got to save for when
this
they
is
actually
why
get to
this
them.
is difficult. Like like I just can't. I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
well, I mean, since you were bringing up Superman, that's where we're going next anyway. So we got Hyperion and Superman.
Yes.
So let's like tread back there. Again, you're talking about plot armor. Superman cares about humanity. He's supposed to represent all that's good and all that stuff.
Right.
Hyperion gives 0 to -2 Fs.
But if we had,
He's Marvel's Homelander, who's in this bracket as well.
right.
Like, so yeah, while he's all like trying to like, he would laser eye fucking Lois just to win.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Let's say this was Superman Injustice, though. Like Lois is
Again,
already
we're
dead.
like, all right. So then we're getting into like other versions of like
This-
Hyperion or I mean, so that's where it's like,
This is difficult.
are we gonna do that? We got to have one and stick to it.
Right. This is where people come in if you're out there listening and start commenting and saying no,
Absolutely.
boo, no horn, blah blah blah. You're
I just
wrong.
feel like Hyperion's demeanor, he would use Lois just to win.
He would. He
And
would.
that's my point. I don't think that, I mean, unless you're talking like you said, Injustice Superman,
Right.
like Clark ain't letting that, you know what I mean, slide. You know what I mean? Like he would like find a way to use Lois to his advantage to weaken Superman
Right.
and then fuck him up. And then again, like we talked about, like what if it's a cloudy day? Hyperion ain't you know what I mean, limited by his abilities with the sun.
Yeah.
So I mean that I feel like we should leave it up to our audience, but for me, I'm going with hype here in the first round. Yeah, just because I feel like his demeanor would win it for him. It's like almost like Bizarro.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right.
He's got everything that Clark can do, hype can do.
Yeah,
you
I know. It's
And,
like,
and that's where it's like I feel like that killer instinct would win out.
this is where I'm having difficulty because it's just like I can't unbias myself. Like it's a battle of popularity at this point. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, absolutely.
ugh,
It's like, you know, whether you like LeBron or Kobe,
Right.
or whether you like Jordan or LeBron or whatever iteration you like. I mean, you like what you like. You know what I mean? So if you're a DC guy, you're going to pick DC things. If you're a Marvel guy, you're going to pick Marvel guys.
Right.
Or even beyond that, like my favorite character is Frank Castle, but Frank Castle isn't in this bracket, and nor should he be. He's not on these guys' level.
no.
You know what I mean? Like, so I get what you're saying, but
See,
just
that's
to
gonna
me, I think that's my argument of why I think hype would beat him.
That's gonna be our fucking bread and butter right there. I feel like if we get to the mercenaries, like you got your Deadpools versus Frank
Your Mercs with the mouth
Yeah.
versus, you know what I mean, your Frank
Dark
Castles
Sides,
or your Slade Wilson.
Slade Wilson, Deathstroke, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red Hood.
Red Hood.
You know,
Oh,
yeah.
that's gonna be fun. This is not fun for me.
Well, again, I'm going hype. Are you agreeing with me, or are you going to keep up your Superman?
I'm gonna side with you just because Superman's predictable.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. I mean, like, this is like how Lex Luthor gets him in those positions and everything like that. So I feel like hype would just be like, oh, I can do what Lex Luthor did, but I can kill her, and I will kill her.
Yeah, you're right. Hyperion is a bastard. Bastard's covered bastard with bastard salt in the middle of a nougat
Right.
bastard. he will fuck with Superman and
Right.
catch him off guard.
In the words of Jay-Z, if you shoot my dog, I'm going to kill your cat.
Damn, Jay-Z. Okay.
Yeah, right?
All right. Okay, so moving on to number
That would bring us
5.
to 512, which would bring us to Homelander, the
Homelander
other
versus-
evil Superman
Yep.
type guy,
Mhm.
versus Blue Marvel, who's, well, an underrated but damn near almost Franklin-like level
Right.
type strong.
Let's look at first, because I know Blue Marvel is one of those characters folks aren't like
Yeah, let's give people a little background on
him.
Blue Marvel.
I mean, this is the same guy who fought King Hyperion.
There you go.
So
And I just went on this whole spiel about him versus Superman.
yeah, so this one is so we got superhuman strength. This is off of Wikipedia, so we're taking it for a grain of salt, I guess, if people don't take Wikipedia seriously, but people are pretty.
They get the idea.
Yeah, people get pretty controversial on this. So, superhuman strength, speed, stamina, durability, and mental perception, meaning he's fucking incredibly smart on top of that. He's not just muscles. Antimatter manipulation, absorption, and projection.
There you go.
Energy manipulation, absorption, and project. Oh my god.
So you'd absorb
Alright, that
the
just answered
laser
my-
eyes and then...
I'm not
Oh,
even-
wow. Almost like our girl from Gen V. And I can't wait for that, in a side note, for how that's going to play out, you know what I mean, going forward in the next season of The Boys. But
Right.
anyway,
No, I'm not even like through
Yeah.
half of his list in here, and
and the conversation's over.
conversation's
So Blue
over.
Marvel,
So Blue Marvel.
moving on.
This is gonna be one. Oh my god.
When you don't even get to the bottom of the page and you're like, okay, we're good here.
Homelander is strong in his universe.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, he beats up other soups on V,
Yeah.
which is basically super serum, and we see it as the same type of range of you could be Homelander or you could be guy with weird stretchy male organ. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly the best of the powers.
No. So this is like, he's like in my opinion on this list, he's like the coolest kid at the smelly kid table. Unfortunately.
He eats glue sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm in danger.
He's Ralphie. He said he's Ralphie.
All right, moving on to 611. Brings us to Alucard / Dracula from the Castlevania's anime and essentially games, because that's what the inspiration was.
Mhm.
But we're going with the Netflix property / anime version of Alucard / Dracula versus the Vitramites, as we said, whether you're talking about Invincible, Omni-Man, or any of the others of that race. I don't know. Maybe it's just the the bias in me. I think I'm going Alucard here.
You're going Alucard versus
think I'm going Alucard.
Viltrumites
I mean, like,
against a Viltrumite?
I mean, Alucard could do magic.
He can do magic,
He
and
can
a
also-
lot of these people are
I
not
mean,
good with magic. Like Superman, for example, he is not like he can't handle magic. Is one of his
Right. So what? The
weaknesses.
Vitramites are better against magic than?
I have no idea.
But that's what I'm saying here. Like, we're talking about a vampire, and
Right.
I mean, this is why it's a tough conversation, especially on the Alucard Dracula thing, because like the guy obviously moves at superhuman speed, agility, intelligence, all this stuff.
Yep, you're listing it right off actually from on here.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, strength, speed, stamina, agility, the ability to use magic, manipulate. I mean, obviously they're the telepathic, and you know what I mean, can read minds and shit of that nature too. Like, I'm sorry, like the only thing that could hurt them is like fucking garlic, a steak, and like some other shit. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stand on this hill.
Yeah,
I think Alucard can hold his own against a Vitrumite.
Oh my god, dude.
I could be wrong,
I
but and this is why we're opening this up for discussion. I think that Ellicott moves on and then gets popped by Franklin. I mean, I get that. No matter really who, like, are you winning here in this matchup because you got to go against Frankie? Like, but I feel like Ellicott is my guy. Is my choice here at 6.
I will give you this because I'll give you this because he does have the power of intangibility where he can pass through solid objects. So like that there alone will
phase in and out on your ass.
But okay, what happens if the sun's out?
Alucard can be out in the sun.
Fuck, I forgot. Okay.
Yeah. He's White Blade, dude, with better hair. Like it's like Fabio and fucking Blade had a baby. And if they had a baby, you've seen Pineapple Express, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right.
It's a Daywalker with like Christy Brinkley as a mom instead. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. So, okay. Oh my god, this is.
I know.
I'm sweating.
My man can have a sword and then have another sword going on by itself because he's fucking Alucard, brother.
Oh my god.
Like, you watched the anime, did you not?
Yes, I did.
And dude lived 300 years and was like, yo, I know your great-great-grandfather.
But Viltrumites can live.
And you just like his stubborn ass.
Viltrumites can live just as long, thousands of
Right.
years.
Oh, what? Alucard gets weaker over the years?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, you're not giving really an incredible argument.
I'm not
that
giving
they have a chance.
argument, but because this is like, all right, fine, all right, fine.
I'm just saying, like, regardless, okay, here's the real question. If you are questioning whether or not he could be Alucard, does it matter what happens because he's going to be going against Frankie?
Yeah, no, because Franklin's going to whoop that ass. And
Yeah.
that's why he's going to probably be one of the last in the bracket here, which is insane.
I mean, I feel like Alucard has a chance, at least, because he can phase in and out and manipulate a lot of shit like he can.
Okay.
So that moves us to, I'm sorry, what we got here, 7-10, One Punch Man and He-Man.
See, now, this, again, is, like, One Punch Man, he literally is what he is. He is an embodiment of going against all the structures of like anime, getting hyped up, working out, like getting to the next level and everything, powering up. He doesn't need any of that. So I don't want to say One Punch Man, but at the same time, I feel like logically it's probably One Punch Man.
Well, we understand that he has plot armor, like
Yes.
similar to that of Wade Wilson.
He is
and
a satire
and other
character.
one. Exactly.
Right. I mean, I my heart is like, no, He-Man's gonna whoop his ass, which he probably would be putting the heat on him for a little bit, and he's just gonna get right the back.
I mean, I felt about the power of Grayskull. He would chop that motherfucker's head off.
Right.
But
this is a serious character, a very serious character versus, what was that, Damien?
that was me.
Oh, okay.
A doctor or something.
A very serious character versus a not serious character.
Right.
Like this is two very different
Well, styles make clashes.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like you could send Battle Cat after. Right? Is that the name of his ride?
Yeah, I think that's Battle
Yeah.
Cat.
All right. I feel like he could set something up, send Battle Cat after him, and then Hassan Chop or some slice with the big ass fucking broadsword he got.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think we know what the real answer is.
You think it's He-Man?
I think that's my 7 to 10-year-old child speaking.
Right. This is
mean?
where
remembering the comforter set and the pajamas, but I think we know that it's probably One Punch Man.
He just keeps coming back.
Right.
He's that boy. He
I mean, I'm a big fan of the Snake Mountain team too, but I think we know the answer here.
Fortunately, he's just that guy now.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
He is just. He's nothing like he just has unmatched power, speed, and durability, and that's all he needs. And
I
unfortunately,
mean, that's why he's One Punch Man.
all right, this is harder than this.
I mean, I'd rather put the booking of Roman Reigns against One Punch Man. I feel like that's a better matchup.
right.
Yeah, and they're like late 2000s Super Cena booking. Like, I feel like that's about the only type of plot armor that would compare to that. All right, that brings us to our 8-9 matchup.
8-9. Here we go.
Hulk versus Century / the Void.
To close off first round. I'm going with Hulk, man.
Do you think Hulk is beat Century?
Hulk is strongest there is.
I get that.
He's unmatched in this essence here. I think he's really gonna be the type to overpower Sentry, but like not even just that. This could take on for like days, weeks, keeps going and going and going and going. And I think the Hulk is that type to have the stamina to overpower someone like that.
So what Sentry gives him to the Void?
This is where my knowledge becomes. This is where my knowledge doesn't really go into facts here. So let's see, Void. See, according to Google, the Void would likely win due to superior strength, lack of morals, and malicious personality.
That's because Sentry is like the good.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Void is like
Void would snap in and
his darkness. Yeah.
So we're gonna go with
well, because I mean, like if we're talking about like this, the battle goes long. Eventually, you know what I mean. His will would start to
deteriorate,
and then he would give in to the Void. And once he gave in to the Void, yeah. At least that's my opinion. Now, the other question is, could like Hulk kill him prior to that? To him giving in to the Void. You're going Void? All right.
I'm going in Void.
Okay. I can.
I don't think. I think he's gonna snap before that point happens, just to be self-preservation.
Right.
He's self-preservation. He's gonna go into the Void.
Well, I like it.
This is
okay. So that brings us to the second round.
Second round. Because that first round was not. This is gonna be such a controversial.
Well, Void and Blue Marvel, I think, are the only ones that scored an upset.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, seriously, it wasn't even a question with Blue Marvel. Homelander is just not.
No, he's not on that.
He's not
level.
on that level. He's really not.
All right.
This is a guy. Blue Marvel's that type of guy that Marvel had to hide for years.
Yeah.
Because like they just didn't. He was that strong.
Well, let's hope that they keep hiding him so he doesn't end up the MCU anytime soon.
Right.
All right. So where do we want to start here with these?
Is Blue Marvel?
I don't think he is.
Is Marvel? What is he?
I
No, he's DC, right? Or no, he's Marvel.
Yeah, Blue Marvel's Marvel.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure. I just before I speak and some nerd out there comes at me and is like, well, actually.
Oh yeah, like being told that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles weren't part of the. Never mind.
Yeah.
That hurt.
Yeah. That was something else. All right, so where are we going with this, Doctor? So
we were starting with the highest. So all right, we'll start with the lowest seeds left in this time.
Okay.
All right, so we got 3 versus 11, or 3 versus 6. We got 2 versus 7.
Mm-hmm.
And we got 4 versus 12. So we'll start there with 4 versus 12. Hyperion and Blue Marvel.
Now,
I think Hyperion holds his own for a while.
You think he does, but I think Blue Marvel comes back and fucking whoops his ass a little bit.
I think in the end, I think that Blue Marvel gets over.
Yeah.
But I think it's a barn burner until basically Marvel just absorbs like Hyperion's bullshit and just shoots it back at him. So I think that's an easier one to.
let's see. Hyperion is generally considered to be more powerful with features. Hyperion's power, immense power, blah 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 blah. Feeds creator. Blue Marvel's creator stated that he is less powerful than Thor. Which we forgot.
I think it's kind of good that we didn't put Thor in there.
I think Thor would have got knocked out.
I think that Thor, there's a lot of recency bias because of the way that Chris Hemsworth elevated the character.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, throughout the years, Thor is an Avenger, yeah, but, like, his solo comics definitely did not have the same appeal.
No.
I mean, nothing wrong with them, but they just did not have the same appeal.
Right.
But that's another story for now.
All right. Well, I think Hyperion, in this essence, then, like, evidently he's stronger than Thor, which Blue Marvel is not stronger than Thor.
Oh man, that's a fair barometer. All right, then we'll put hype through.
Wow. Again, this is all just opinions, which anyone can jump in at any time. We are live. You know, if anyone has any discussions they want to, or any comments on here, you know, go for it. But this is just upsetting. Like I am not entertained. I am not. This is like it's.
Sometimes you have to realize there's a guy behind the curtain. You know what I mean?
Yep. This is what it is.
All right. So that brings us to what? That brings us to Frankie and Alucard.
Oh, come on.
I don't think this is really a discussion.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that like Franklin will just like turn all the blood into garlic.
I don't even have to continue this.
Yeah, like I think that'd be fun. Like how it's not a matter of if Franklin would win; it'd be like how he would win.
How he would win, yeah.
Yeah, like you're gonna let him actually hit you? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Which, you know, it's gonna be interesting to see who's matched up with One Punch Man versus Aang. You know, because again, Aang and okay, I don't want to go there yet. I'm jumping ship again.
Jumping ship on what?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm just jumping ahead and everything, so I don't even want to go there right now. Are we actually?
Well, no, they're the next.
They are the next one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So Aang and One Punch Man.
I think it's just gonna be One Punch Man again, man.
I feel like Aang can do stuff to stop him, though.
Yeah, I feel like he could. He just doesn't need him to touch him. He can take
which
out his...
Aang would be able to keep him away from him.
You're right.
I know it's tough, but then again, like we talked about like how, like, I have a problem with like demeanor and like the implicit nature of the character.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if Aang, or at least like Child Aang, would have what it's in him to do what needs to be done to beat One Punch Man.
Right. So
I feel like that OPM goes through.
OPM. I gotta agree. I don't know. All right, let's keep this tournament moving then. Dr. Manhattan versus the Void / Sentry. Again, this is
a better, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like that Jordan Kobe thing, like, because they're from different universes, so it's kind of hard to compare. But I definitely feel like it's Dr. Manhattan, although I feel like Void could at least damage Manhattan, but I don't think he'd be able to kill him.
Again, this is a guy who got sucker punched by Superman.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
this is getting tough.
Would Sentry or Void be strong enough to beat him?
Would Sentry or Void be strong enough to beat Dr. Manhattan, the guy who can manipulate the universe to his will?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I think I just answered my own.
That's. Thank you.
Yeah. It's gonna come down to Franklin and Dr. Manhattan.
I brought this up a few minutes ago, but at least, you know what I mean. So I guess the question is, is Dr. Manhattan stronger than Thor?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, we had that question. So
Right.
Hyperion is stronger than Thor, so is Dr. Manhattan.
Right.
So we're how level over OP are they in comparison to each other?
Right.
But I feel like the same argument goes for like it was in the last round.
Right.
Okay, you're gonna do your thing. I'm just gonna manipulate the universe, so then that way you're not doing what you were doing.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we're pushing Dr. Manhattan through, huh?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe it's a lot of the same conversation with One Punch Man and Franklin.
Right.
Unless we're saying that OPM's plot armor is that badass that he can beat Franklin Richards.
Guy who
Is that what we're
who
saying?
can also manipulate the universe and create pocket dimensions and stuff.
So then you could take him to a dimension where you don't have your plot armor. You son of a bitch! I'm smacking you upside your bald ass head.
Right. You're gonna need a whole nother writing staff.
Right.
Because I'm gonna kill them too.
Right.
Make
Yeah.
them disappear.
I'm gonna make them sure that you still look like Japanese Caillou.
Right. Gross up to be you fucking One Punch Man. That annoying little shit.
Oh god, that is the worst children's show ever. That is a whole episode in itself.
I don't have kids, so I've never actually seen it.
We will take a pause from the final because that's going to be a few-minute conversation. Let me explain to you that Caillou is the worst children's show I've ever seen. I have 3 children. I have 2 stepchildren. I've been raising kids for over 20 years. Love them all. The one children's show that was utterly and vehemently not allowed in our house was Caillou. That kid brings nothing to the conversation but how to whine and get your fucking way with your parents, right? I have no problem with kids show if there's like a moral or lesson to be learned at the end, or they're teaching you something. That's fine. I'll rock with some cheesy, catchy tune. That's fine. I've sat through the Wiggles. I've sat through Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I've sat through various other ones.
Right.
There's some I like better than others. But that show teaches you absolutely nothing except how to whine and bitch and get your way. Then you have the little sister Rosie who brings nothing to the fucking show.
She's just there.
And the parents just fucking cave. Like I blame Caillou for this gentle parenting nonsense that is taken over. Yeah, no, fuck that. Little cancer patient looking ass fucking kid. Yeah, you heard me.
Man.
You heard me. I understand we're live. Come at me. Because that's what Caillou looks like. And that's what he deserves. Because that little animated kid is a little jerk. Anyway, moving on to the final.
To the final. This poor kid just got decimated. He don't even get a
He's
chance
animated. He's not a real child.
Okay. I don't know anything about
Caillou is an animated show.
Okay.
Let me be very clear on that. I am not roasting some actual live person. It's an animated show that is just so ridiculously bad for your children to watch.
All right.
Thankfully, it's not really on. It's not like PBS and like replay and stuff like that. It's not like actively on anymore.
You know what was a good show I used to watch as a kid? Little Bear.
Yeah, Little Bear. Bear I rock with. Yes.
Loved Little Bear.
Yeah, Little Bear. Franklin.
Yes.
Franklin, legit.
Franklin.
Right. The Turtle and Richards. Yeah.
Arthur the Aardvark.
Oh, Arthur. Chef's kiss. Yeah.
Good guy.
Miss Frizzle and the Magic School Bus, or well, the Magic School Bus, but Miss Frizzle, where she's doing it, taking the kids. Yeah.
That would be a good bracket. See which one of those kid shows that put them all together.
Oh man,
I think Miss Frizzle would win.
I mean, she's not much of a fighter, I feel, but
She
feel
uses
like
science.
Yeah, right.
She brought kids through a digestive system.
Right. I mean, valid.
Fuck it. But Little Bear is a bear.
Yeah.
I
mean, Carmen Sandiego was like a super spy, though.
Oh.
I mean, like double agent. Like I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had skills.
She did have skills. Oh my God.
Well, back to the Dr.
Okay.
Franklin. All right.
This is gonna be quite the discussion, because they're very similar in powers.
Exactly. Here's a question: does
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Manhattan have any type of telepathy or telekinesis? Because like Franklin does, so I feel like that could be an advantage to
It
Franklin.
could be.
side,
I don't
but
know.
I'm not sure about Manhattan's other powers besides manipulation on molecular level.
Yeah, so he has like, holy shit.
I mean, I know he's super smart and can like predict outcomes and things of that nature, but does he have like precognitive or like things of that nature?
Yes, he has precognition, retrocognition, density manipulation, atomic manipulation, energy manipulation, telekinesis,
Okay,
telepathy.
I'm sorry. What is retrocognition?
I have no idea.
I don't know either, but like that just sounds like, oh, I can do it forward and backwards. Like, bruh.
Right.
Okay, what? I can hit stop and the dude's got TiVo on his brain. Like, what the frig is that? Okay,
So-
that's a problem.
So according to this, retrocognition or postcognition, also known as, or hindsight.
How is hindsight a power? Oh, I fucked that up. Let me just go back and fix that.
Knowledge of a past event in which could not have been learned or inferred by normal means. What?
Huh. Yeah, I'm going Manhattan here. That is some next level. Like, oh, well, that's how this dude lost, so I'm going to just move over here. And, yeah, okay, that's argument over.
All right. No, let me look at Franklin's power list because I'm certain he has the.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Reality warping, matter, energy, just like him. Energy projection, psionic abilities,
Yep.
telepathy, telekinesis, astral projection, precognition, teleportation, immortality, pocket universe creation. So this is.
But I ain't see hindsight on that dude.
I don't see hindsight.
Yeah,
So
he
he's gonna-
may be immortal. It's implied. We looked up that part. It's implied because he was able to take on a celestial. This dude can be like, oh, well, I can't flambe him that way, so I got to flambe him this way. Yeah, nah, I'm sorry.
So
I think that the dude, like I said, he's got TiVo or DVR on his brain. What?
He's got weather on the 8s.
Exactly. Exactly. This dude just went Spectrum News on you.
Fucking CNN. Breaking news.
Wake up tied up with a remote dangling in front of you, watching the how to use your remote instructional video on channel 1.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So, I guess it doesn't matter what universe either the Watchmen series, Watchmen movie, the comic books, any of the Dr. Manhattan incarnations, he's gonna be our winner, I guess, here because hindsight.
Yeah, hindsight.
Because hindsight's 2020.
I mean, remember in the movie, my man made 3 copies of himself to take care of his wife so he could keep working.
Oh my god.
That's next level, son. It's like multiplicity without the being brain damaged.
I don't know why she got mad because he was technically there.
Bro, and why are you complaining? You getting 6 hands right now, ma. I'm eating you, I'm caressing you, and I'm giving you right.
He could be fucking.
It's like one of those romancy smut novels, getting lived out by, and it's all your dude.
Yeah, it's all the
So
same
you don't
thing.
have to worry about feeling like some type of way about this. Like what? I really don't see what the problem was here. Right,
Working?
See,
You're working? Really?
right,
Working right
My
now?
man was using hindsight right there. Oh lordy!
Oh my god.
Even when he found out, he's like, "Yeah, I knew."
Yeah.
Even when he found out about Owlman, yeah, I knew.
Oh my god.
He can give you what I can't. Yeah,
I guess.
right. You're like, not really, but I mean, that's what you want. So,
Right. You want the downgrade. I
do
guess.
you?
Right.
Right. He had already went through the 12 stages of grief before she even told him.
Right.
Like, bruh. Because he replayed it, went forward, backwards, and then skipped to the next chapter.
It was
It was like scene selection.
I was giving you the NFL package.
Dude.
You want basic cable?
Wow. You just get the streaming on the app for like $7.
It's what I can afford. It's what I can afford.
Yeah. But yeah, so either way, that's the real story.
Oh God! All right, so our winner in the ungodly universal.
There really was no winner.
There
here.
was no winner. Here.
Our audience is the winner.
Yeah.
Just hearing us rant about this.
So, I feel like next time we should just do them. Like we should keep it simple, like because Adam Franklin and Dr. Manhattan really just threw this whole.
Yeah,
thing
no
off.
omnipotence.
Yeah, no omnipotence.
We'll do that for like this is like the god tier region.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do like a more mid,
Right.
like mid card, intercontinental title type guys here.
It's like if I added like the Beyonder or like Celestials or any of those like folks and stuff, they'd still be like, is it Dr. Manhattan or is it Franklin Richards? You know?
Like Franklin's beating Celestials up.
He's literally
multiple.
He's making
Celestials.
Fucking what's his big hat name? I can't remember his name.
Big hat Galactus. Big hat name. The guy
with a big hat.
The big hat guy.
Yeah, it's like,
It's like got the big sombrero. Ole.
He's making him his freaking lapdog. So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This is reaching like levels of like deconstruction that I can't even comprehend. This is gonna. This is why this is an open discussion.
Oh yeah. Well, we need something to keep us preoccupied until the end of Daredevil here, and then going into the summer of hopefully some uptick in the Marvel movies here with the Thunderbolts coming up here, and I believe we have something else towards the end of the year as
Superman's coming out.
Yeah, Superman in the summer. I think we have another Marvel movie though. At the end of the year.
I can't remember. Let's look that up together.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, that'll be our last little thing here. Give us an idea where we're going to be taking our journey here with you guys over the next couple weeks and months.
Right. So, 2025, Thunderbolts, Avengers: Secret Wars. Is that coming out this year?
Yeah, I think that's later this year.
Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah, yes. The First Steps. That's the other
First
one.
Steps. Yep. That's what I was thinking.
And then just because we are the purveyors of pop culture and other things, I'm actually kind of excited for the live action How to Train Your Dragon. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know.
It looks pretty solid. And then Lilo and Stitch, the little kid in me is still very much excited about this. Looking very forward to that on Memorial Day. I don't know about you guys out there, but it looks legit.
Right.
Little disappointed in the fact that Nani's a little slimmer in certain areas than I thought she was going to be. Yeah, I said it. Nani was a 19-year-old lady taking care of her little sister. Don't get mad at me.
Right.
Don't come for me, guys.
Don't come for him. He's just a guy out here enjoying.
You guys saw it too. Why is an Agent Bubbles like 6'20" and like 400 pounds either? That's another story for another day. Like, he's a normal sized guy. No, like,
you know who would have been good if he was still with us as him? Fucking the dude from Green Mile.
I think that's who did his voice in the first one.
I think.
Yeah. But I mean, like, we still got Terry Crews or like.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still other big dudes out there, man.
Right.
Like, he's a normal sized dude. Like, he looks like my size. With you know what I mean? Like, no, like, Agent Bubbles is huge.
He's just a guy.
Yeah, he's just a guy, right? Anyway, all right. Well, I think that's all I got for everybody today. I hope you enjoyed our bracket.
Yeah.
Let us know if you want to do another one, and pick out 16 other ones for us to break down and dissect.
I think either we should do mercenaries, magic users. We should keep it a little bit more simpler than this, like something that I could actually.
That would be nice. Brother Voodoo.
Yeah, Brother Voodoo, Doctor Strange, fucking Harry Potter. Why not throw them out?
Why can I not think of Zatanna?
Zatanna.
Zatanna.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel definitely in there, and her dad too.
Yeah,
Her dad's.
Don't even ask me what his name is. But
yeah,
is,
he's a very good magic
he's
user
a good
as well.
magic user. John Constantine.
Yeah.
Which would probably win.
Yeah.
Never mind. We already know the winner of that one. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh no, we don't. No, we don't.
It's still fun to do.
It is still fun to do.
It's a fun act of attrition.
Right. Yeah. It's just something out there, you know.
Exactly. It gives us a chance to keep in contact with you guys.
Right.
As well out
Exactly.
there. Hopefully you enjoyed our rantings and ravings.
Right. Yeah. But we enjoy doing this. So if you guys like it too, like, comment, subscribe to my channel. We are also going to be transferring some of these videos to Lou and the Horn in the morning, sometimes at night. I have to get on that. Sorry, Horn. So far it's all on LuTube. This was a fun little activity for us to do. Nice short video. We're not going at it too long. We've only been at it for 50 minutes. That's not bad. Comparative to what we could really go at it for, and we've been at it for a couple hours at a time.
Oh,
so,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But this is a lot of fun. I am Lou.
This is the Horn.
And this is Lou and the Horn in the morning, sometimes at night, which would be in this essence here because it's almost nighttime. So
so enjoy your evenings out there.
Yep.
Stay dry with the rain.
Yes, absolutely. If you're in Buffalo and it's raining out, stay dry. But thank you so much. I hope you have a good rest of your day.